Okay, guys, I want to start off week 2 just by kind of navigating the website for you. It looks like some people are having some trouble, so I want to make sure that we all get on the same page so we can be successful. Things that I'm missing from some of you is over here on the left, there's this Updates tab. Please click on that and respond to one of my initial updates. You don't need to respond to both, but right away I want to make sure everybody was looking at the updates. I would check in on that from time to time if I were you, just to see if I've got anything that came up that I tried to address for the whole group instead of just individually. So my computer is really slow today. And you can see there's things on there like if you want me to comment on your work, send me a picture of your work. I saw some people were having trouble typing in mathematical answers, so I attached a YouTube video into the resources. I told people that I put some extra examples on 1.4 because I know historically they're tricky. I started off by saying that I wanted a response, and that was way down here. And I said, please respond back to the ready to roll once you see this notification. And you can see that I've got ready to roll out of a number of people, but there's only 10 comments. One of them's from me, so I've heard back from 9 people on that particular thing, and there are now 27 of you. So that's not good. All right, up top, as long as I'm here, you can see right here, this tells me that I've got somebody's uh, paper to grade. You can see over here, it reminds me of that too. I'm not sure what your screen looks like, but that's what tells me. There's a little envelope right here that should tell you if there's a message, so keep checking on that. Or sometimes it doesn't tell me, so I found that if I just click on it from time to time, I then see that I have a new message, and I wasn't really made aware of that. So there's probably something in settings I can do to fix that, but my preference is to use Remind because I know how that works. I know it goes right to my phone. So sign up for Remind, get a hold of me through that. It's and I can get to you too. I know if I send something, it's going to go right to your phone, and you're probably going to get the message right away instead of waiting for you to click on this updates in this envelope up here. Okay, so if you look at student resources, I've got that information. How do I sign up for Remind? Well, I guess I don't have that right here. I think it's in the welcome video. Um, I'll put another page on there that's in the resources that says, here's the Remind sign up. So I'll get that done right after this video. You can see that if you want to do a retest, I said that you need to print these notes and fill them out. So look at student resources. I had people ask me, well, how do I get into IXL? It's in student resources. And if you ask me a question that's not there, I'm going to get it there. Okay, online book, how to get in there, and the link, right? You can click on that. It should have an active link where you can go to the online book, and then you've got your login and password right there. Okay, was there anything else in student resources? There's that typing mathematical answers I mentioned earlier. That is a YouTube video that someone else made that'll show you how to use your text editor in Schoology to make mathematical expressions. I still haven't had anybody use that since I posted the video and posted an update that it was there. So I highly encourage you to look at that, and I'm actually going to show you how to do it here in a little bit anyways. Chapter 1 extras, if I think, hey, you might need a little bit extra practice or a little extra help, I'm going to put some stuff in here. These are 2 things, well, the one's just an answer key that kind of gives you an idea how to do the 1-4 problems that people are struggling with. The other one, there's rectangle problem on that formative. These are more examples of it in case you want to get more practice and see if you can do them. It's not graded, it's just up to you. Okay, the orientation, that needs to be watched. That's that Mr. Jost put that together for you to look at. Week 1, I'm going to get that closed on Wednesday, so hopefully you're going to be ready to go by then. I'm going to actually open up week 2 here later today. I've got my welcome video there. Watch that. I don't know if I make it clear, but I am going to count IXLs just a little. I'm just going to put a point apiece for them. So if you get up to the 70, you're going to get 1 out of 1. So that's how that's going to work. Most of your grades are going to be the quizzes, the formatives, and the tests. If you click on one of these, you should find out that There's a video that I put together. I've said if you're having trouble understanding the video, let me know. I can look at making another one, cleaning it up. I didn't make these videos with the intention that they would be used for a class, but I think they're the best thing for you and how the tests are, because my notes go hand in hand with the tests. So make sure you go through them. The IXLs are always at the bottom, so scroll down. Make sure there's not more than one. Like here I have one, but some of them have two of them or 3 IXLs. So make sure you get them all done. And let's see, let's go back. And let's go to the 1.4 rewriting equation stuff that people are having a hard time. I'll click on that. Hopefully I've got the screen changed so nobody's name pops up there. Try that again. Okay, so then I'm going to go to preview a question or preview the whole quiz. Click on start new attempt. And there's the quiz as I believe you guys see it. So now if I want to put an answer in here, I'm going to click in this box and then this screen comes up. And this is the screen of the stuff you can use to write equations. If you want to show your work and write a problem out and take a picture, you could save it as a file and then you could load it in right here. I actually took a picture with my phone, saved it to my Google. So I've got this shareable link from Google Drive. So if I go from the web and I'm on image, let's see, I'll paste that in. Let's see what happens. I haven't done this, so hopefully it works out great. Okay, well that didn't work for me, but I think it's because I'm in preview mode and it'll be different for you. I had my son come down and I had him try it and it worked just fine. So a picture of your work or whatever you decide to take a picture of would show up in this box for me to look at. Okay. I should be able to, everybody should be able to go to this equation, the pi symbol. And many of these you've got fractions to deal with. So if you want to enter a fraction, go to the equations box, the third one right here, and then do x over y. And you can see I got a little fraction box. And I could type anything I wanted to on top, 3x minus 2y, and then 4x. Maybe I want to do 4x squared. It looks like there's a subscript right there. I can hit that, and then I don't know if I got to click again. Then there we go, 4x cubed. Okay, plus 7. I don't know. So that's how you could enter something that looks nice as a fraction. Because many of you are not doing that. You're giving me things like 2x plus 3y. Obviously, this has nothing to do with the problem up above. I'm just throwing as an example. Divided by 5z minus 6k. Okay, that is not a good answer. Because you're trying to write something as a numerator and denominator, so you would really need the parentheses here, like that. Oops. So if you want to have 2x plus 3y in the numerator, you need to surround it with parentheses, and the 5z minus 6k in the denominator surrounded with parentheses. I would rather that you go and write an equation. It's going to look nicer. It's going to be helpful later on when we have some tests where you have to type in an answer. And then lastly, I just wanted to end with a picture of just a problem I made up with the work. So I've got 4a minus 2b equals bc minus 5f, and I want to solve for b. So it's really easy to solve for a letter if there's only one of those letters, but here I got a b on the left and a b on the right. So what I want to do is get the b's on the same side. So you got to realize that the 2b are attached with multiplication. So they go together. You don't want to try to split them apart. So this is a negative 2b on the left. I'm just going to add 2b over to the right. So I have bc plus 2b. And then I don't want this 5f over here, this minus 5f, so I did the opposite. I added that to the left. Okay, so when you're doing these problems that some of you are struggling with, that's what you want to do. Get the expressions with the same letters on the same side. And then you're going to want to make it down to 1b. See how there's 2 of them here? I want to make 1. So what I'm doing is factoring out. I'm saying I'm going to take a b out of both of them. It's basically undoing the distributive property. Okay, so if I take a b out of bc, there's a c left. If I take a b out of 2b, there's a 2 left. So now I've got b times this quantity. Well, to finish it off, since it's b times something, I can get rid of that something just by dividing. So I just divide the whole thing over here on the left by what was next to the b, and that's my final answer. And then I would hope you would use that equation writing tool that I showed you to enter that in to your answer blank, because it looks a lot better. It's easier for me to read, and it's, like I said, going to be beneficial for you when you start doing your tests. So again, please ask questions as they come up. Stay on top of these things. It's not going to be an easy class. This 1.4 section that some of you are struggling with is just a small sample of some of the harder things you're going to get into. So stay on top of it. Let me know when you have problems. I'm here for you. Have a good one.